Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm in a little bit of a different setting today. I am in my dining room and my voice might be a little bit quieter because I am filming very early in the morning. The kids are sleeping. I'm just kind of trying to play around with my schedule to see if I can actually have a schedule for filming. So far, YouTube has been more of an escape for me, but I want to take it a little bit more seriously. So I hope this new schedule in the morning works out, but I do feel like I have to be like super quiet and not so loud because I don't want to wake anybody up, but the kids are sleeping like all the way down the hall. So hopefully I don't bother them. And I did not want to pick up my ring light, and it's just a really huge ring light. So I am sitting by a window. So hopefully, oh my God, the sun is shining bright suddenly. Oh, okay, that's getting a little too light. So I decided to basically film myself getting ready in the morning, and I have a new palette for you. This is the Essence Welcome to Capetown Eyeshadow palette. I am pleasantly surprised. I did not have high expectations. I think I just didn't have any expectations. I wanted to try this out with an open mind, and I have to say the formula is not bad. So I'm going to show you how I created this look and then give you my final thoughts. So let's get started. All right, so here's a closer look at the palette. Here is the color story. I think these colors are really beautiful. I absolutely love the blues and the browns with the blues, and this green shade is really nice too. Here are the swatches. I feel like the swatches swatched out pretty decent. The mattes were soft, but not the most creamiest, softest mattes. The shimmers were pretty nice. I feel like the last shade is a little too light for me, but the rest of them were decently pigmented. Here are all of them together. As you can see, it is a pretty nice color story. So for the look today, I'm going to start off with this green shade into the crease. I'm going to try to build it up, but I did notice that the green pigment was darker where I initially applied the brush. Then take this dark blue shade and deepen up the outer corner of the eye. A pretty good shade, no problems with blending the shade at all. Now I'm going to play around with these shimmer shades, taking the blue, the brown, and that very light beige. It seems to be applying pretty nicely with this particular brush. And the brown shade, or the tan shade, is also working out well and blending in nicely with the darker blue shade. And as you can see, it's a pretty nice sheen color. The lightest shade I could not apply with this small brush, so I did use my fingers instead. And the green matte shade also went really nicely in the lower lash line. Now they also released this eyeliner, and it applied really nicely. I was able to have a decent amount of control to make the wing the way I wanted to, but I did notice that it bled a little bit, or I think it did. Now I'm going to use this Fenty mascara. I'm only going to do one coat. I feel like one coat is enough for an everyday look. And let's just apply a little bit of bronzer, and then I'll show you the final look. Here is the final eye look. I feel like it came out looking pretty nice. The shadows are pigmented and the shimmers are okay. I think it looks good. By the way, I did put on this Makeup by Mario blush. I didn't know they were cream blushes. I thought they were powder blushes, but when I use them, that's when I realized they're cream, and they're so pretty. They have such a nice glow. This is the shade Barely Blushing. I love it. Such a nice neutral, but a little bit more on the pinky. It's like a bright neutral. I don't know if that makes sense. So my final thoughts on this palette, I really like it. It's a beautiful color story. It's a fun palette. Is it the best eyeshadow formula ever? No, but is it a pretty good formula? I would say so. You know, the shadows were not like chalky or dusty. They were fairly easy to blend. There was, as you saw, moments where like where you put the brush is darker there, and then you gotta blend in a little bit extra to actually try to even it out. So I did spot that problem, but otherwise pretty good, decently easy to use. I was able to apply the shimmer shades with a particular type of brush. So I would say kind of like a flat, medium density, not too dense of a brush. It seems like if you use too dense of a brush, it's hard to pick up the shadow properly. So like a medium density, kind of light and fluffy, but not too light and fluffy, flat brush worked out really well to apply the shimmers. I will continue to play around with this and maybe do more of like simple looks to kind of feel out the shadows. And I'm personally also feeling like I want to do more simpler eyeshadow looks and just focus more on the blushes and the lips and the mascara. It also has a really nice like closure here. So, I mean, a pretty decent palette for the price. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I will leave the link down below for this palette at Ulta. If you use my links, they are affiliate links, so that would help support my channel. Thank you. Bye.